So as I mentioned before, the Beautiful You hair experience has two options, which is the Basics to Beautiful Hair and Beautiful Hair Confident You. And the only difference between them is the Beautiful Hair Confident You will you'll be taking home 3 full-sized care products for you to use at home, continue to get the same amazing results that you would have felt in salon when you were going through your service there. So we've already talked a little bit about holistic consultation, and now we're moving on to the hair analysis. What's a hair analysis? I can hear you thinking. Well, a hair analysis is quite a specific way to determine what it is your hair is lacking in, or what it needs. It may be perfectly balanced, it may need protein, or it may need moisture. It could be a combination. So there's a little process that hair coaches will always go through in order to tell you exactly what that is. Most hairdressers will feel your hair or just guess. They don't really know what it is your hair needs nourishing with, because you can't tell unless you do a wet stretch test. So here I have an elastic band, and I'd like to demonstrate just by taking about between 9 and 12, 13 hairs, just depending on the thickness of your hair. A hair coach will, when your hair is wet, will stretch your hair just to see what the integrity of your hair is like, and it may be different from the root to the ends. Often white hair can be quite tight, the cuticles can be really compacted, really tight, and it won't be willing to stretch at all. If it's lacking in protein, the cuticles may be a little up, and that's when hair tangles really easily as well too. So how can we tell the difference? Well, it's a discernment, and it's easy to see once you become accustomed to doing this. If your hair stretches about 30% like this elastic band and returns, then it's perfectly healthy. You've got beautiful, healthy, very well balanced hair. But if your hair won't stretch, and no matter how much, when it's wet, it just won't move at all, it's either lacking in moisture or it's got a product build up on it. And it may be both of those things. If it's lacking in protein, it will stretch and it will keep on stretching. And when it's released, it won't return and it will ripple. And in the worst case scenario, it will stretch and keep on stretching and even break. Particularly if you've got highlighted hair or hair that you haven't cared for, then that can be the case. But fear not, because there's some beautiful products that can be used to restore and really rebuild the integrity of your hair again. The brand I prefer and choose to use has products specifically to cater for each of those scenarios, and you'll have this within your service so that you experience the hair analysis, and then I will match for you, or a hair coach will match for you the correct treatment and the correct products to be able to nurture your hair back into its health again. If you use them regularly and correctly, of course.